Yo, 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 yo.
What's up?
Welcome to the Daily Face. We are your hosts. My name is Twinn.
J Money.
Raj, what's up, car fam?
And welcome to the Daily Face. This is episode 5.
Let's get it.
Episode 5, baby.
And we live, baby. We're going to start right off with the Tastemaker segment, okay? It's what we do every time. Y'all got to be used to it by now. So welcome to the Tastemaker segment. It's where we share the music that's heavy in our rotation. Whether it's our personal favorites, up-and-coming artists, or latest trending hits, if it got us vibing, we bringing it to you, all right?
Yes, sir.
So I'm going to start off easy. Playboi Carti dropped his album, so y'all know it was highly anticipated. He bullshitted, so, it took him a minute, but I got a single from it, Rather Lie. Playboi Carti featuring The Weeknd. That's what I'm going with. The tape was cool. I don't know if y'all really got a chance to listen to it. I played y'all a couple songs off it, but that's my song. Is giving all the vibes. If you give it a listen, you kind of get a Drake feature in it, low key. The Weeknd, low key, he hammed on some of those flows, those Drake's flows. It was kind of. I wonder how the fans deep dive that later and down the road, but it might be a little toxic.
You played a couple snippets for that for us.
Yeah. He got some songs.
That song that you played was alright.
It was this one, Rather Lie. Yeah. That's y'all add that to the playlist. It's gonna do y'all right. But next I got Overthinking by Lucky.
Lucky.
You know Lucky.
In the group.
Yeah,
Lucky, of course, he's real underrated, bro. He got some drama that's going on here and there, but still he always stands his ground in the music scene. I love to hear him. He's always he always gives you a different type of vibe, and he's always ahead of the curve. One thing I will say, so a lot of people do bite him, but a lot of people give him flack. But I like his music. I think he's a dope artist. And last, I'm going with Fat Trail. My favorite DDG artist, of course, you already know. Time for Us.
SB.
So it's a nice song after the Booster Keepers album. We love that up here. So. Trail, he just always gonna give y'all a hit. You already know it ain't hard for him. It ain't nothing to just turn on the Trail song and vibe to it. So I'm going with that. It's simple and easy. All right, that's 3-piece for me.
I appreciate that, Twinn. We're gonna get right into it. Hope y'all enjoyed Big Farmer's playlist, and this one definitely is gonna be a cook up. We're gonna start off with Bass Swag featuring Kyle Rich. That's gonna be Rich Junkies. I know y'all heard the snippets early. Probably like a few months ago on Blackboy Max's stream. Now we got the full version and we got the video. And we talked about production. That's the key point I want to point out. The production. If you look at the video, the production is there. The first scene, we got Bass Swag right in New York. And they said it was on Wall Street. So it says Wall Street. You got black and white backdrop. You got someone playing the saxophone, and it's just the vibe. It's the vibe I feel like for the opening scene of the song, especially since it's been anticipating with the teasers. I know I've been listening to the teaser on SoundCloud without the full version with Kyle Rich's version. So it was cool that single finally got out, and I want y'all to make sure to tap that and tune in with that one on the playlist.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And then we're going to get right into the next one, which is going to be YTB Fox. We talk a lot about his music on the pod. And I just want to go ahead and shout out New Year's New Problem. That also has a feature. What I mean by feature, a cameo with Fox BD. Fox BD makes the song. He addresses some cool issues about growth. He speaks about Bag. Interesting, too. He speaks that there's no disagreements. His relationship with Bag is still solid. So I like that, addressing, issues that are going on and especially just navigating the whole rap scene. So I've already been speaking a lot about his music, so I want y'all to make sure to tune into that one. And that video was shot as well, so that one was cool. The last one we're going to go ahead and throw in is Georgiana. And that one is going to be elevator music. And you put me on early with this playlist, and that's why I say this playlist is so interesting, because even I get new music with the playlist. As we just sit down and talk about different songs that we're listening to daily in our rotation. But listening to that one, it showed me versatility. I like the openness, and one thing you can point out with her music is there's quotables. You can't say, yeah, y'all can't say y'all not gonna listen to her song and go ahead and post a bunch of Instagram captions on it.
Oh,
that's what that's one thing I'm gonna go ahead and shout out. Just like you go ahead and listen to a Rollo song, you listen to No Cap song, you're like, damn, you go ahead and hit the gram with those captions. That's one thing that just popped into my head as soon as I listened to the song all the way through.
Yeah, Georgiana, she can switch it up for you.
Yeah. And as we did have, I know I did say it was my last one, but last pod you had your honorable mention. This one is just a cool honorable mention. This is Mexican OT. We got Jeremy on it, and then also we got artist Bubba. So with this one, this hit my Apple Music. It just popped up there. Sauce Walker's on the track as well.
Ooh, Sauce.
Yeah.
Sauce Walker.
Texas homage, but again, Jeremy's on there. So we got an ATL artist on there as well. But a lot of them have prior singles together. So the collaboration was there. For me, Mexican OT's flow was what did it for me. Mexican OT, he went crazy on this single. All of them went back-to-back flow on it. It was real cool track. I just want y'all to go ahead and check that one out, but definitely make sure to keep up with the Tastemakers.
Yes, sir. Thank you for that, Raj. You know, y'all go ahead and give that a listen. But to go into mines, my first is No Lust by R2R Mo.
Ooh.
You can't ever be disappointed when it comes to R2R Mo. I don't know what it is. His sound, his flow, everything about R2R just shows that he's just going to be one of the next biggest rapper coming up. Well, sexy drill artist, like how you say it.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Let me change that up. But, you know, during the, if you guys are a Cash Cobain fan, you guys will hear that he stole a little bit of something from Cash Cobain's song called Message to You. So if you guys see that, let me know in the captions if you guys found that, and let me know what's up.
Okay, a little flip. He flipped it.
Yes, sir. And to go to my second, you know, is one of our favorite rappers here, heavy in the rotation, is Who Decides War by Meek Mills. Meek Mills, he's just been teasing lately, fool. Like, he don't want to drop a album, a
full complete work.
Like, you get what I'm trying to say.
You want a full body of work.
But you know what the crazy thing is? Back on the FaceCard stream when Raj was on the Twitch doing the stream, FC Live, the jump was crazy. You reacted to his whole little
four track EP.
Yeah, that shit was crazy.
His 4-track EP.
I need that.
Okay.
You know what I'm trying to say? But Meek just
and we are real with the music. I will say when reacting to that one, 2 songs instantly just hit me. Like,
it was
struck
crazy.
a chord. Like, 2 of them were all right, and I think one of them was with 5 Yo Foreign.
And then one of them was with the singing. The singing,
Yeah,
you know what I'm talking about. It was
artist.
crazy, but it was crazy. But yeah, Who Decides War by Meek Mill, he's been on a crazy run right now. Just going stupid. And my last, you know, R.I.P. is Saved by Rich Homie Quan. You know what I'm saying? That album that was dropped after, you know, he passed away and everything, that was an amazing album. You know, it is one of those albums that you could just let play while you're driving the car the whole time. Like, you ain't gonna do no skips.
Okay.
Like, I didn't skip at all, but you know what I'm saying? Y'all go ahead. Y'all let me know which song that you guys liked. Let me know what you guys are rocking with, and drop it in the comments and just interact with us and let us know what's up.
Definitely make sure to check those out myself.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You guys can check out the playlist on Apple Music and Spotify. The links will be down below, all right?
It will get you through the week.
Yes, it will.
So, everyone, let's talk 2025 future collabs. We can focus on albums, singles, EPs. I'm all ears. So, what's some of y'all wants or fan picks that we need?
I'm glad we're talking about this, especially since we were just on the topic of music. A lot of music is hopefully going to drop this year. 2025 will be some cool collaborations. We got a lot of rising artists, a lot of different sounds coming out. I'll probably just throw it out there to start off. You mentioned Sexy Drill.
Yeah.
This year, I would love to see Cash Cobain in a Cardi B record. I'd love to see that.
That's a nice.
I love to see that only because I've been listening to the music. I've been seeing the growth. We obviously seen the Drake collab. We've seen the influence in that tape. We seen the influence. We seen some teasers with Yachty, some snippets that hit the internet.
Some snippets with Cardi.
Yeah. So, Cardi for real.
Yeah.
Wow.
He might be on this. I didn't finish the last 5 songs, so he
Wow.
might be on this project.
Wow.
But he had a tease. They had a
This
snippet
beats
that
from Cash,
came
not
out.
from YouTube.
Yeah.
Hey.
All right, but I feel like that would be cool. Cardi B and Cash Cobain, Slizzy Sexy record. That's like around the summertime is what I like to see. And if we can make it work, sneaky feature Charlie.
Charlie.
Sneaky feature. If we can make it work, Cardi B and Charlie. If we can make it work, that
That'd be
would
nice.
hit. That would hit.
But Cardi, she's the type of girl, she'll fuck with it. Because I love how because when she was on her run, she slid on the K Flock record.
Yeah,
she supported
did.
all of those.
And
Definitely
she
all
really,
those.
yeah, all the
And that was young in
artists.
their career, too.
Yeah, and they got to get that type of feature. She was helping them do numbers, and these guys are already solidified right now. So if they're getting another look like that, I think it will go hand in hand for both of them. Because Cardi don't even got her album yet. So if she wants to do her rollout, that's an easy one boom bap.
And it will bring that flavor with that beat selection. It'll bring that flavor.
Nah,
It'll
you're
bring
right.
that flavor.
Sexy.
It'll
She
bring
can
that
do it.
flavor. It'll
She'll
bring
give
that
us
flavor.
that.
And just speaking on Cash Cobain too, another collaboration that came to my mind, and only because I seen on an interview Cash Cobain was speaking about different collaborations, and Sabrina Carpenter came up.
Oh,
So in my mind,
Cash and
I would-
Sabrina?
yeah, and we were thinking like pop, sexy, different type of.
I would want to hear that.
Yeah.
I would want to hear
But would
that.
y'all really want Cash rapping or just to produce?
No, this is production.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is production, and that's what I want too with this track with Cardi B. This is the production side. So when I heard that, my mind directly went to Ed Sheeran.
Oh,
Cash Cobain times Ed Sheeran.
Okay, you everywhere with
yeah,
Cash.
yeah,
you making
nah,
all
you
the
everywhere with Cash Cobain.
But I'm not stretching because Ed Sheeran, he's heavy on that UK drill scene.
Yeah.
Because you as growing up, you listen to Ed and you put me onto a lot of his early singles.
That's my
so
guy.
definitely I heard a couple of songs. I was like, yeah, he probably sampled crazy. He probably sampled his own single. Like he'll sample Ed Sheeran and re-rock it and make it crazy. So I was just like, damn, that'd be dope. Like an Ed Sheeran and Cash Cobain. Who would think?
Yeah, who would think that would be crazy?
Especially for 2025 with all of these different collaborations and all of these different evolving sounds. We just got to throw it out there on the pod.
I'm thinking more like I would want like a no cap Rollo type
Yeah,
of situation.
He's going
Nah,
back
most
to,
definitely.
He's
Yeah.
going back to mobile. He wants
Yeah, mobile for real. He's going back.
was-
Yeah.
I love to hear them back tag teaming like the old days, especially on a full project, and they
Yeah.
put it out the right way, put some features on it, and I think they'll do dummy numbers, and it'll be pretty good.
Nah, they would do dummy numbers. I would say for me, I would say probably G Herbo and Lil Bibby.
That'd be crazy.
Yeah, G
Don't
Herbo and Lil
worry.
Bibby. Don't worry. You get what I'm trying to say? I know Lil Bibby right now is not making any music. I get that. You get what I'm trying to say? But Herb, bring my man back out, man. Lil Bibby was that was the artist to listen to while I was coming up in Virginia.
And I like Bibby more than her.
Yeah, Bibby was something different. Like on the low key
But
tip,
you could
though.
appreciate the sound when they came together.
Well,
Yeah, for sure,
Yeah.
for sure. Just hit them just picking up on each other is just crazy. You get what I'm trying to say? And for the low key tip that you guys don't know, Twinn over here has his little song, his little Bibby cover.
Yes,
you get what I'm
sir.
trying to say? He
Yes,
got his
sir.
little Bibby cover. So you get what I'm trying to say? It's just been
So
Bibby
on this
needs to
end,
come back.
Definitely Bibby had some
He had the inspiration.
Inspiration.
Yeah, fool. He had that shit, fool. Every day, walking to school, fool. That was just my Jon Snow by Lil Bibby. That was just my jam. Every single day, walking to school, just cranking that Jon
And
Snow.
just
fool.
speaking of
That's a
Bibby,
throwback.
he's definitely crazy at our top list of rappers and then entrepreneurs. And
Yeah.
as we can continue to put out episodes, one of the segments that we are leaning on is our hip hop kind of Hall of Fame, our hip hop tournament. We're going to kind of discuss on the podcast and really talk about a lot of artists who really turned to the entrepreneur side and built up a lot of different musicians. And Bibby's one of them. Bibby's definitely one of them in that category.
And speaking of Bibby, another one that I would like is I'm kind of in between. Like, I would say Polo G and Kid Leroy.
Okay,
you want a project for them, or
he wants that grade A.
I'm okay. I'm okay with a single. I'm okay with a single. But if they want to go, do a whole project, that would be amazing. Okay. But if they just give us a single, you get what I'm trying to say. But I kind of want these rappers to get with the sexy drill rappers. You get what I'm trying to say? Like, I would like a Polo G and Wolfface Joey. Or some shit like that.
That's your genre right now.
Yeah,
man.
like, you get what I'm trying to say. Or like
But Polo G could get on the sexy.
Nah, he could get on it. That's what I'm saying. He'll slide on that shit too. So you get what I'm trying to say. Or like a R2R and who would be a good?
I've spoke on it on stream. I spoke on it, I believe, with you guys in many conversations. But the first mainstream artist coming to mind when we bring up R2R is Don Toliver.
Oh,
Don Toliver.
He didn't get that yet?
Nah, he hasn't got that yet.
Again, speaking on it, 2025 album, I feel like this one is going to be special. With the Eddie Rivers project, I feel like we got a lot of singles that was already supposed to come out. And we got that out through that project. Okay. Obviously, since that's his direct producer, we were able to get those singles, those singles that we wanted to push. That, just for the fans, for the moment. But right now, we definitely cooking up a 2025 tape to kick in the door. That's what this tape is gonna be.
That'd be a good summertime vibe right there.
The last run, phenomenal. So
I'm expecting around drop time. I'm expecting around mid-May, maybe June. We haven't got anything yet, but since we are talking about the tape, I am expecting a 5-year foreign feature. I'm gonna expect that. Just because, again, I listen to a lot of the music. I try to keep up the best I can, but since I did get introduced to that new sound, I've been definitely heavy on that genre. So I will say I expect a 5-year foreign feature. I would like to see a Don Toliver collaboration. That would be dope, and I feel like it would be cool, accessible, being since Cash Cobain collaborated with,
Yeah, he can get that.
Honestly, though,
before.
I'm not going to lie, though. I just thought of it. R2R and A Boogie.
That would be smooth.
That'd be crazy. That'd be crazy. You know what I'm saying? That'd be a crazy, crazy slide.
Puts on for the new school, the new generation that's definitely putting on for the sound of New York. So that's definitely something.
Yeah, A Boogie, that would be a crazy ass track. You know what I'm trying to say? But
they in Rolling Loud, they went and already ASAP in his set, he went and said that he got D-Lo about to go out and get a feature on his song. So that's a collaboration, ASAP Rocky and Bossman D-Lo, that we can expect for 2025.
Rocky's gearing up for a rollout.
Yeah.
He's after the case, getting the VP at Ray-Ban. He's
about to go on a crazy run.
He's just collecting Infinity Stones at this point, and then he gonna drop with that album soon. So, and
it's coming. There's gonna be a crazy amount of features.
I hope he can. I hope he delivers though, because a lot of people did say he got stale on the music side, but I think he still got some hits in him. I do. But I was thinking, Fat Trail, Derez Deshawn.
Okay.
Oh, that'd be
very,
a nice,
very, very doable. Very doable.
That's a good A&R.
That'd be a good pain song right there.
The Derez Deshawn wave. We can never.
Yeah, that was a crazy ass wave. What was the song? Dark Places? Was it Dark Places? That was my shit. You know what I'm saying? Walking to school too, fool. That's just heavy on my playlist. That's just lately. Oh yeah, you bringing me back to the old days, fool.
So y'all just gotta think Trail with the pain.
And
Derez with the vocals.
I told you it would be a pain song.
I think you could still add Raw Wave on there too.
Nah,
but
you
that
need
might
to go.
be a little too much.
You need to add Big Kuza.
Oh,
Big Kuza.
I don't know about Big Kuza.
Yeah, you gotta add Big Kuza.
We gotta check and see if he got some new music.
Yeah, nah, Twinn put me on the Big Kuza. Yeah, you add Big Kuza into that. That's crazy. Yeah, that is a crazy track for.
They can do that. That's that pain.
That's that
pain right there.
Yeah, that's that pain and toxic songs. That's what that's gonna be. I'm trying to tell you, pain and toxic.
Another sneaky single. We was talking about Rocky and them. I'd like to see Hot Boy and D-Lo on a track. I feel like that would slide.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
That would slide. That would slide.
Z. Yeah, on some Z shit. Yes.
And
I like that.
Who gonna out rap who though?
Hot Boy. I got Hot Boy on that.
Nah, they're gonna go back to back. They're gonna go back to back. That's
That's gonna be one of them. I like that, Prince.
I will probably say the most anticipated tape that I would like to see this year, and I discussed it with y'all a few times, definitely would be YTB Fox and No Cap. And I only speak to that is because I got onto the music, as I told y'all, not on the main hits. And once I did finally buy into the sound, I went back in the discography and I seen the growth in the sound and the different beats and the different beat selections, especially with the most released tape on Zay and the Deluxe. But when I heard the collaboration, because when I heard on Zay, I didn't hear the song Fine Peace yet. And y'all played Fine Peace for me. And once I heard that, I was able to see that No Cap and YTB Fox, that's a great collaboration. And I felt like if anything, an EP should come out of it, 4 songs, 5 songs, and let the fans choose the beat. The real fans, though.
The fans choose the beat.
Let the fans choose the beats. And I see No Cap doing something like that, though. Letting the fans, the real fans, coming together and putting together a fire EP. But I will say, I speak on that because I went to my Apple Music 2024, and I go between Apple Music and SoundCloud, but that was literally my top stream song of the year.
Fine Peace.
Okay. And it speaks volume to me, the different tones in the song, especially as far as YTB, like hard gangster rap, Western, just hearing the different cadence on the song. And with No Cap, No Cap is able to give you that deep bars,
yes,
and especially the different metaphors. He throws that at you,
rappers.
And sometimes it'll go over your head. You gotta listen to it.
You gotta play your back.
Exactly. So that song was cool for me, and it definitely wanted me to listen to more of his music for sure.
Y'all think we gonna get this Dirt project though?
I want it. I want the Dirt project.
When was it anticipated?
The 28th of March.
It was really supposed to come out last November.
Bro, it's been pushed back ever since he's been, in jail. So, you know what I'm saying? Free Lil Durk. You get what I'm trying to say? Free Lil Durk.
Well, you said, the 28th?
It's supposed to be this 28th, but I promise you when the 28th comes, it's going to get pushed back again.
Definitely going to
But I feel like this album is going to be... It's gonna be a crazy album. Like it's like I want to hear it. Like I've been like all the songs that you could listen to that's just on there right now.
Ain't they gone though?
Nah, they're back.
They came back.
Yeah, okay. But every single one of those songs was hard, bro. It was hard. So I'm waiting for that Dirk. You know what I'm saying? I need Dirk to come home. Drop that fire. You know what I'm saying? And then if one of these artists and stuff get with Dirk, that'd be crazy too. One of the artists that we was just sitting here speaking on collabs and everything. No Cap, Lil Durk, too, and Lil Baby and G Herbo, all my favorite rappers. So you get what I'm trying to say? Just music is just gonna be crazy this 2025.
I agree. We hopefully get to see a lot of the collabs we talked about.
Yes, sir. Hopefully they drop though. Hopefully they drop. But We seen the video together, y'all.
We definitely did.
The Lynchburg track team, I don't know what's wrong with that girl.
So now we had to go ahead and look at all the angles. First, we did see
all the
angles because first we had to see it from the news reporters. We had to see the rallies from the other side, from the assaulter, and then we had to go ahead and see a footage from someone who was just observing the run. And from our observations, we definitely see that girl was attacked.
No, she did that shit on purpose.
She was attacked.
Yeah, no, she did that on purpose. You could see when she was running, she cocked that back and swung.
And only because if you really look at the video, she is first losing, and then as they hit that curve,
She hit the curve.
The other the other runner was just able to outrun and get the acceleration to blow past.
Because she said she kept bumping into her arm when they hit that curve, and then when she finally passed, all she heard was the bop. All she felt was the bop.
That she felt the bop. And the crazy thing is she tried to play it off. She kept trying to shake her arm back and forth, acting like
Shawty to hit her.
So the assaulter was Layla
Everett.
Yeah, so Layla Everett, and then the other person involved was Tamara Tucker. And again, sorry for the person involved, because as you've seen the mother express that the girl kept running.
Yeah,
she kept running.
She apologized.
She didn't stop. She didn't do any of that.
None of that.
See, now if I accidentally hit somebody, right? I'm running and I accidentally hit somebody, I'm gonna do my due diligence as a human being to just stop and just, all right, forget the race now. I hit somebody. You know what I'm saying? And tomorrow, right?
But again,
she ended up with a concussion.
Yeah, but again, though, part of, like you were saying, the human aspect of her made her stop for a split second. She stopped. We all seen her stop.
That little bitty stop.
I get that
she kept running.
I get that she stopped, but I already know. Yeah, she was running, hit her, stop a little bit. Yeah, I put that shorty down. Keep going.
Yeah,
like that's just how she was thinking at that moment. She got to play her part. She didn't want to get in trouble. You know what I'm saying? That's an assault charge. You battery, all that
disqualification. Like the track ended with a disqualification for the whole team.
Oh dang! So she got everybody mixed up.
Yeah, she got everybody. She running. I bet you she running. The coach probably was already like, yeah, I know you did that. That wasn't no accident. And I know the mom and dad know that wasn't an accident either.
Y'all seen though, they troop behind them.
They held a rally and everything. They taking the opposites. They got their press and everything.
You know that's all her aunties and uncles and cousins and shit like that, bro. You already know. Play the part so she don't end up going to jail.
Got the news crew out there.
Yeah, straight up.
Kept going.
She said, "Nah, I don't know how I could hit somebody. I wouldn't do anything like that on purpose."
And so she did the little fake crying fool, doing the fake crying. I know.
So now, Twinn, you got to give us a little insight, because you know you were the track and field star.
Yes,
you was the track and field star. You got to give us some insight. Now, is that baton, is that doing damage?
It ain't that heavy, but I mean, they could have had different ones, but she did. But like he said, she got concussion. She could have. I think they reported she could have had potential fracture. So she could have. It did do some work. It did do some work, but I don't know how she did. I don't know what she did all that. When you get your form, you supposed to just pass your joint off, but I don't know. It seemed like she just got a little jealous. She was. I don't know if she was really in her lane. You think?
Well,
she wasn't in her lane, fool. She was not in her lane. From whatever angle you saw, it seemed like she kind of stepped in there, but she did it.
What I forgot what.
You know when they running track. You know when they running track, they just going. They just going.
Yeah, it don't.
So you gotta get with the motion. You know what I'm saying? She just wasn't fast enough, and she hate the fact that Shawty was keeping up, and Shawty was gonna beat her. So you know what she did? I mean, she
did
hit the little. You know what I'm saying? Now she down. Now I could be in second place. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, she got the whole team disqualified. So.
Definitely. It hit a lot of news outlets. It reached a lot of people. My whole thing is maybe Sha'Carri Richardson reaches out to the person involved, Tamara, and
that'd be great.
Maybe get some counseling. Maybe some counseling gets out of this. Some advice, some coaching. Mm-hmm. That would definitely be dope, and just lighten her spirits, since this was definitely something crazy to happen, especially at the high school level.
Yeah, she in high school too, so that would.
And she's big in the community though. She's really big.
So that would be a look for her. So she can get some recruiters looking at her. Potential when she go to college if she want to do that. So yeah, shout out to Tamara,
and hopefully she heals.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. Keep running.
We got Raising Kanan episode 2 of
Yes,
season
sir.
4.
Miss Rock.
Yup.
Last episode
We predicted all, fool.
Yeah.
We predicted
If you really
all.
go back and listen to it, if you listen to the podcast, a lot of the remarks we made ended up happening in episode 2. And I want to go ahead and first shout out Twinn. The first comment he made was cadet. And if you take that from the podcast and dissect it, you'll see in episode 2, what do we have? We got a scene with Juke. At first, her first week or maybe 9th week or 8th week of basic training.
right there at basic.
Right at basic training. She didn't make it through.
She said,
Nah, she made it. She made it, though.
She didn't.
No, she
dishonorable
didn't. No, she
discharge.
didn't.
She said
Like
Yeah.
she could have made. I'm saying she left. What did they say? She left. I left.
She didn't want that.
She didn't want that. She
Like,
felt outed. I
they
mean, I seen
couldn't.
that.
They couldn't accept her for who she was.
She didn't want to. She didn't want to have to cap about who she was, and shout out to Juke for that.
Definitely. I love seeing a rekindled relationship with Marvin and Juke.
That was good.
A need to be.
Yeah.
We needed that.
It really came full circle.
We
Marvin
needed
really
that.
changed his ways. Juke really fell under his wing. It's sad to say that her mom had to die for all that to happen, but
Juke speaks on that. Yeah.
Yeah, she does. And in this episode, Neek is going crazy. He's out going lunatic.
I believe we touched on that a little bit in some of our theories, but they're giving him schizophrenic. That's what they're going to paint on him.
Yeah,
And it's going to tear apart all the relationships that really meant something to Neek at one point.
But that's way too fast track. We got to slow down because we got to come back. We thinking that the case is over. The feds is gone.
Yeah.
Nah.
Everything's clear. Nah, the FBI, what you call them? They got their one man army
They
with
screaming
Garcia.
revenge for Howard.
Yeah.
They trying to find Howard. What's the black dude? He said, the guy.
This is my last run. 6 months. I'm out of
sergeant.
The guy that first got Howard is probably the one that really took him out, and he out there on the streets. So this is case priority number 1. So Kanan, they can make your day real hard. They can.
I get that, but how much you want to bet Garcia's gonna go? He got to go.
Yeah.
Already know
That's
what they
too
gonna
easy.
say.
That's too.
Go.
He got to stay because it ain't
Nah,
gonna
he
be.
can't. He
It ain't
can't.
gonna be nobody in the way.
Nah, because you know
Except
what I'm
the
saying.
other white dude that was messing with Rock.
You haven't really been touched all into the power. You know, I'm just everything with just that series. You get what I'm trying to say? You know what happened to Angela? What's her name? Angela, right?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Ms.
Got too deep up in the case. Got smoked.
Okay.
So you get what I'm trying to say?
End though.
But that's how
And
it always plays out.
She wasn't the only person. She wasn't the only antagonist.
And
She
how
turned
many
friend.
And how many of them feds that got too deep in the case got smoked out?
He doesn't
Every
have the
time.
resources, though. He said this is a covert operation. No resources.
That's what I'm saying.
One-on-one.
So it's just
On the
one-on-one.
hush.
You already know Neek gonna put him down.
That's who you
Neek's
got
gonna
doing
put
it.
him down. They got Neek doing that shit. Cause it ain't gonna be Marvin. That's too, you wiping your hands a little too
I got
much over
Kanan
there.
putting down an officer.
You got Kanan?
I got Kanan putting down an officer.
Another officer.
Nah, yeah. Kanan could do it though. You know what I'm saying? If they play you right and they just, cause he did whoop on Kanan. You know what I'm saying? He did got to punching him. Yeah, I got something for your bitch ass. So you know what I'm saying? Kanan's gonna smoke him.
But also, like you said last episode, Marv is unpredictable.
He is.
He is.
He's locking up with Stefano right now.
He's the security.
Stop Mr. Stefano Marchetti.
Security. He's
Mr.
security.
Marchetti.
He sent him out. Ring, ring. What do you say?
And at first that was going to be a tricky situation, but it seems like he has it under control. And it seems like the connection they have right now is definitely manageable.
I think you keyed it in. He did the first one right.
He did the first take care was right because that was close to home. That was family. Now the second one, that was a business opportunity. I think Marchetti was able to see past that. You know, you put a bullet in him, it's all right. We can find another guy.
Straight up.
Straight up.
You can find another guy. Yeah, you could go on the block. You could find somebody on the block to do that. That's what Marvin said. Easy.
And that relationship is gonna be so important for us later in future episodes because Rock doesn't have a stable relationship with Marchetti. And only because we don't know what has happened with the return of the money yet. That hasn't been discussed.
Rock wants to be the supplier.
She wants to be
Pop,
the supplier.
you already see. But
Papa Snaps.
yeah, we're going to get to Papa Snap. But Rock does want to be the supplier. But to what extent? I think she truly wants to teach Kanan the game, but her way. Because you see in the episode, she talked about expansion.
She just greedy, I think.
Yeah.
And I don't want to call Rock greedy. I just feel like she's one-side minded. She isn't able to see what other people goes through, and that is what ultimately was the biggest flaw for Lou and put him down that drunken path.
Yeah, because with Rock, I got this far. Why change it?
Exactly.
You know what I'm trying to say? I got this far.
Exactly.
I'm still breathing. All of these bodies dropping, like what she said. You get what I'm saying? Why change something that don't need to be fixed?
But Rock ain't worried about what your feeling is if you try and tax me on the product.
Yeah.
You trying to increase the tax on the product. I ain't worried about all that.
Yeah,
Rock is shocking now.
What can I do to get Quan out the mix?
Quan's going to get smoked.
You think
He's going to get smoked out, yeah.
You think Quan is changing up negotiations? That's not his best opinion, huh?
Yeah, how I feel the next episode will come, or within time of all this, Rock is gonna find a supplier. She's gonna be one of the hottest in New York. You get what I'm trying to say? They still in New York, right? Or they still in New York. But she gonna be the hottest in New York, and she gonna Quan's gonna be like, oh yeah, why you did that? It's gonna be smoke. Quan's gonna die.
Neek's gonna mess up that relationship with Quan though, because y'all seen Neek go back to the Chinese spot.
Yeah.
But ain't that dude?
Neek already took out Rock's lawyer.
Yeah.
So he's trying to cut. He's trying to have her water run dry.
But ain't that Quan's nephew?
Say it again, Jay.
Ain't that Quan's nephew that run the spot?
Quan's nephew was Quan's.
Not the one that was stealing, but the
that's
owner.
not Quan's nephew.
Like that's not his family that own the spot.
I think it's his peoples. That own the spot though, because it makes sense because they pick their supplies up from there, and Quan's the one supplying them.
Yeah, I might have to double back on that one.
Yeah, I think that is Quan's family though. I'm not gonna lie. So it's gonna be a big issue once he finds out his family got smoked, and they trying to figure out who did it. They gonna point it all to Rock. And then it's just gonna be smoke.
He gonna mess that. He about to mess that op up too.
Yeah, because you see how they. But just know how power work. You see how they set it up. Marvin came up in that joint, seen little cuz stealing, pulled out the strap on him. Now next episode, the family's dead. So little cuz don't come back. So to point the fingers, it was Rock. It was Rock people that did that.
I don't think they're gonna die. I don't think
Nick gonna smoke him. But did you just see him not have no sympathy? Just smoke the lawyer for no reason. Oh, so is you fucking her?
He gotta
pop. You get what I'm trying to say?
He gotta have some level of smarts in him. Because we just not gonna like him.
He's no smart right now.
Crash out.
He's going for revenge.
I just gotta accept it.
Yes, there will be no revenge. It's just revenge right now. He's trying to get back to working. You get what I'm trying? He just lost his family. You get what I'm trying? He can't even show his face.
But that might be the biggest thing. Again, it might be a reach, but we might expect Neek to go down a dark path, and until the later episodes, until his reintroduction with his old girl, his baby mother, and that might bring the sanity back to him. Because Neek was very meticulous about how he moved. He was very, very on point. So even to him losing some battles to Rock, making a plan just to get back on top. Right now, we're gonna just get him just running and gunning. I tell y'all that. That's what we write for. That's what we write for Tommy sometimes. Just a run and gun. The entertainment part of it. Power again when they do build up the plots is dope. But we want to do mention is Breeze. I did some research. We are gonna get Breeze appearance, and that's gonna be from our guy Shamik Moore.
Oh, okay.
Shamik Moore.
That's a nice appearance.
Yeah, Breeze. Shamik
nice
Moore.
Appearance.
That was appeared. So I don't know how he's going to be introduced, but that's going to be some dope acting because y'all got to remember him on Wu-Tang.
Oh, yes.
Good job,
yes.
man.
Come on now.
Yes.
So I feel like he's going to already be able to just dive into that character. as soon as he hits the set. So I'm going to be rooting for that because I already told y'all we need more backstory on Breeze. We don't have any information, but that's Ghost Man's.
I'm rooting for Lou.
We are trying to rally behind Lou, man. Lou came out. Second episode, he's back home from rehab.
Lou's about to take off with the music. He's about to take off with the music.
Just got B-Rilla straight out the pen, put him on the stage.
And B-Rilla, if y'all have watched the episode, we got our first cameo of the season. And we're probably going to get some more cameos, but Party Fontaine.
Yes, sir.
Party Fontaine.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So we watching the episode, me and Jay watching the episode, and I'm like, who is this who just came out? I'm like, Twinn. We know this person.
He looked familiar.
Like, he looks familiar. And yeah, I'm like, yeah, that's Party Fontaine. So I was like, yeah, that's him. So it's cool that he got on here. I believe he did a soundtrack, right?
Yeah, he did.
He got some hand in the soundtrack. Yeah. So that got an appearance. Right now, my prediction for his role is definitely in music. He's going to get released, and we got affirmation that Lou is going to continue this path and do production. So Famous is gone right now.
Tell us.
Yeah, Famous is gone.
Famous is gone. All right. We don't know where Famous is. Famous was the runner-up to go mainstream. Out the hood. Famous had a ticket to get out the hood before.
Famous has a #1 hit right now.
Come on now. Streets need a body. So fast forward, Famous returns. But only Lou can only serve one artist. So what we got Famous and B-Rilla. We got Famous and B-Rilla on stage, rap battle for whoever is going to be represented.
Right there at the
spot. In True Power tradition. Right there, we got a rap battle. B-Rilla versus Famous. Whoever is going to win, Lou is going to go ahead and represent.
But isn't the feds out for Famous, though?
Yeah, Famous definitely caught a body.
And plus, he was snitching. He went already
and tried to indict himself, and then he went and reneged, and he just ran away. But again, I don't believe they have evidence. They was threatening him with evidence, but we don't know if he can stick.
I blame Mom. Sorry.
We don't know if he can stick. So, yeah, Mom turned in a gun, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mom's turned in a gun.
So they was able to get that DNA evidence.
I hate that type shit.
It's definitely a lot of new twists and turns. They already killed off Sean early.
Yeah.
They killed Sean off.
They killed Sean
real early.
They killed Sean off, which threw my theory off early, but I guess they gotta have to. They gotta do the deed again.
Yeah, he's gonna have to do the deed again because Sean was born.
Yeah, so Sean was born.
You
gotta think of the Kanan and Rock dichotomy of it though, of them both killing their unborns.
Yeah, nah, that's crazy. Mother like son. So you get what I'm trying to say, but
that's messed up.
He's gonna show us how Kanan became how he was in the Power series. Like, that's the one thing. Like, 50's gonna make sure we know, like, yeah, this is how we got those decisions way back when, you know? And the biggest decision was saving Reek. Y'all gotta remember that. I want y'all to remember that. And that's what I guess we gotta start looking for in these episodes. Maybe we have to look for that perspective. The good, the kindness, the realness in Kanan, you know? Through all of these situations, it obviously changed him and made him who we know who he's going to be in the future. But it wasn't Kanan's choice. Kanan was the person who was supposed to go to private school, supposed to go to the new school. He failed the test. But all to say, he let Tyreek kill him. In the end, in the final, when it was all said and done, when he was on the goose chase through the police cars and running through New York, he let Tyreek kill him. And that just showed me that a part of him considered him as a son. A part of him considered him as his own. So let's look for that loyalty in Kanan, as we see with Pop, like we mentioned a little bit earlier. It's not showing right now.
It's not showing right now.
He still needs Rock's guidance.
You killed your partner.
Yeah.
Your trust with your mom is fickle.
He's still leading by his mom's example. You
killed
Rock
your dad.
We gotta go. Pop should listen to your mother.
Yeah. Listen to your mother.
But we gonna keep tuning into the series, you know.
And definitely give our crazy takes, because it's a great series and it's something that we grew with.
Yeah.
I'm waiting for episode 3, all right?
For sure.
All right, next we got Turbo. Turbo wins $10 million lawsuit over the producer tag. So you already know his producer tag. Run That Back Turbo.
Yo.
So he was he got sued for that
10 million.
10 million. I don't know what that guy was thinking.
We know Turbo for that tag though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I know different artists definitely have different iterations of producers tag, but I guess what he was trying to say, he didn't get paid for that.
I mean, the court, they dismissed all the claims without prejudice because, you know, in Turbo's favor, because, you know, they did that song in, I forgot the year, but they did it a while back. Him and, do y'all remember the guy's name? I forgot, but it don't even matter because who is he? But they did a song back, and I guess he did the vocal for the ad-lib. And so that's basically what he's suing. So just because, you know, him putting that song on a record with a Future, a Thug, a Gunna, he wants royalties, he wants back pay and all that stuff for it. But it's just like you can't get money or ownership over things that you weren't accredited to. You just only recorded, your voice was only recorded for that record, you know. That's what we used that for, and you got paid out for that. All the other stuff, you're not getting paid. You're not getting paid for the producer tag. Exactly. We're not doing that. No. 10 mil? Hell no.
Yeah, 10 mil, that's a stretch. You know what I'm saying? 10 mil? Yeah, no, I ain't paying him nothing.
What's some of the producer tags that y'all fuck with though in the game?
Forever Rolling.
Some memorable ones.
DJ Khaled. That's too easy.
Yo Pierre, that one was cool.
Yo Pierre, come outside. That's it.
Weezy on the beat.
Weezy.
What's the
La Musica.
What's the shorty one? What's the shorty one?
Murder on the Beat. So
we already said
nice.
on the beat from Cash.
Yo.
From YouTube.
Yo.
Yeah, so there's a couple of them. Metro
Boomin. Yeah, Metro Boomin. You got
if
Metro.
If your Metro
too.
don't trust you,
Hold on, let me see if I can
yeah.
hit it. Let me see if I can hit it. Eskimo City, the coolest DJ on the planet.
Hey.
He wants his drop.
Let me see if I can hit it.
We gotta give him his drop
because
now.
that was a vibe. That 56 Nights.
That was a crazy vibe.
That was a vibe.
Yeah.
Like, my moment from that tape is 56 Nights, March Madness, me, Zay, Tay, CNU, preseason tip-off. Like, crazy. I mean, we had CNU College. Tay, he got
This isn't a winner.
Yeah, but this is preseason though. So this is right before basketball is about to start. But he's going there on a visit. So we there. They got the whole stadium packed. You know, everyone's there. You know, for the game, for the preseason. So they got the basketball players there. But they play that March Madness. That's what everyone comes out to. Like a March Madness.
Hey.
So y'all remember that drop? It was something crazy. So
that took over. For a cool little minute.
And I went and watched the documentary, the whole Esco documentary. I did that on stream, FaceCard Live. Make sure y'all keep in tune with that. We definitely going to continue to curate some new streams. We're going to come out with some crazy new streams, but we listened to that documentary on stream, and it really showed you that, like, Future really, really had a crazy, crazy growth. And not only that, a lot of Atlanta rappers, speaking of them, Andre 3000, respect him in this rap game. So I feel like, you know, it's crazy just how this music shit continues to just elevate.
For sure. I mean, Turbo though, I'm glad he got his chips. So he's still working. You know, he's working still heavy with Gunna and stuff. So he getting his bread. You know, he getting to it. You know.
Yeah, definitely a lot of tags on newer singles from Gunna's drops, most recent drops.
Yeah, I want to see who else Turbo works with next though. 'Cause he really just sticks close to Gunna for the most part. I don't think I see him with too many artists. But
yeah, I don't. I last time I seen him was with Gunna, like you said. Yeah.
But shout out to Turbo. He got to the bag, won his suit, did his thing. Can't complain. But all right, we gonna go right into Ian. Ian got his get back at
Would
lyrical.
you consider a get back though?
Well, nah. He spoke.
I don't know about get back.
He spoke. He finally spoke. He finally spoke on it, but he
responded.
He responded to Tyler Creator on his
right.
Lyrical Lemonade freestyle. So If y'all don't, well, I mean, y'all do. He had a it stems from Tyler doing that interview a while back.
I don't know what platform the interview was on, but I heard it.
He doubled down on it later because he dropped a record on that Chromacopia album.
All right.
And he kind of sent shots to him more at Ian, but Ian ain't say nothing. He stayed quiet because this happened about a couple months ago, I want to say. Not a brick ago, but Ian said quiet, and now he finally responded. Y'all heard the freestyle, so what's y'all thoughts on it?
My thoughts on the freestyle was, who is coming up with these beats? First off, Lyrical Lemonade.
Wait, Fire?
Huh?
Fire?
No.
Trash?
No. I mean, I'm not gonna sit there trash, but like first beat I want to recognize is the first person who graced the platform, G Herbo.
Okay.
Now they gave him an appropriate beat, I will say, but again, they could have gave him something better. They didn't cook that up. That was just a sample.
Nah, they didn't cook that up.
They didn't cook that up for him, you know. But we here listen to this. This is some rock guitar beat. I know he slid on it. But I feel like they could have definitely provided us something better to listen to. I will say though, the platform is dope. I like what they're doing. I fuck with Lyrical Lemonade hard. And speaking on the Tyler Creator situation, Tyler's been in the game long enough. He definitely has a right to express his take on the music, especially since there's a lot of different artists who is continuously dropping. You know, we have new conversations all the time with industry plans and etc. So I understand that take, but again, you got to understand, if the inspiration is from Gucci Man and Future, then you got to respect that. You got to respect those artists as well, you know, for having that inspiration on the youth, on music in general. So for him to be an artist and to create is definitely him just expressing. And another quote I want to bring up is Tyler, the Creator. He said, rap is close to his heart because it changed his life and everyone's life around him. When I did hear that part of the interview, I only just took it as, you know, young Ian. He might have that same impact and that same feeling with rap as far as this new opportunity, this sound, these new cadences is allowing me to just see the world, you know, change my life. So in that same sense, you know, I appreciate definitely Tyler Creator's aspect on it and just wanting more from music. And Yachty, I feel like, has some connection through Ian. So maybe just this one could have been communicated just a little bit better. You know, maybe we didn't need all of this. Maybe we could have had communication just through Yachty and maybe a phone call and all of this could have been resolved. But that's definitely just my take on it.
Yeah, Ian, I definitely think he's a dope artist. Like, I found him a while back, and I like his music a lot. Like, he definitely picked up, I told y'all before, he picked up a lot of the Yeet fans, and he definitely took a lot of the Yachty swag. And then all that together, you put that white boy on the poster, we get Ian. And like you said, I agree to that point. Like, the stuff he's doing now, the stuff that he's creating, the people he's seeing, the fans that he's engaging with, that's making him want to give that energy. That's the stuff that he's liking right now, and that's what he likes to put out, and people are enjoying that. And I don't want to knock that too much. So like you said, yeah, it could have been a behind the scenes thing to where they could have pieced it up. Like you said, it wasn't too much of a spar on the freestyle side of things, but he
shout out Mac Miller. He shout out Mac Miller and Eminem. Like, I understand.
It's just to the what if. Like, what if all those people that he named, what if they didn't do that thing to get them popping? So what if Ian didn't try to make these records and, you know, nobody would be talking about him? So he still tried.
So you basically saying that he had to go diss to basically get out there?
Nah, he didn't have to diss. Like, he stayed quiet. Tyler dissed him, low key. So he stayed quiet. This is him finally giving his response.
I mean, I respect that, you know what I'm saying, on that case, but I don't mess with this, you know, with this case, because I mean, you coming after Gucci Man and you coming after Future. So in that aspect, because you had said something of him coming for Gucci and saying something about Future, right?
So Tyler, the creator, is expressing that Ian is trying to sound like Future and Gucci Man. He's trying to basically sound like those artists.
Like he's saying he's mimicking the culture. Yeah.
I mean,
but I don't even want to use the
right.
word mimicking because it's like I can see the inspiration. And for real, who he really should have said was Chief Keef. In that tape, and again, I don't really listen to Ian. You're the one who put me onto his work, his discography. I don't listen to him, but when I did listen to the tape, I seen influences from Chief Keef. I mean, I know he threw out Gucci Man and Future, but for real, Chief Keef is a lot of influences in that tape, in my opinion.
Oh, no, that's crazy. Yeah, no, that's crazy if he's trying to sound like Chief Keef. There's only one Chief Keef.
Nah, but he's not saying he's trying to sound like him though. Like that's just where he gets the inspiration from. That's just more of his vibe, I guess. People wouldn't be talking about this if he wasn't white. I mean, that's why we are talking about it, yeah, but it's not that big of a deal. Like I don't think he's appropriating the culture in any sort of way. I think he's just putting out dope music, and it's up to you if you don't like it or not. If you don't want to listen to it, don't. But Dude's young, bro. He's just putting out what he want to put out, and a lot of kids fuck with it. I ain't mad.
Yeah, maybe I might have to give it a listen, and then just see how he's rocking.
Yeah, you can listen to his last project. I mean, you already know a couple songs, honestly.
But besides just the drama aspect of it, Lyrical Lemonade, a lot of artists on there have been definitely popping out. We listened to the Central C, the Central C freestyle. Yep. That one was fire. I will say, just speaking back on the beats, like that beat, it seems like Central C's the only one who got the beat that was appropriate for him.
But that was Sen's song.
Yeah, that was his song though.
Okay,
he made it. He made it into a song, right? Or was it already? He made that into a song.
No,
he made that into a song.
Okay.
Like,
I will go ahead and say though, G Herbo from the freestyle, because in the end he loses it. So I feel like that was a freestyle. Like he loses.
So do we really think the Ian Jones was
a freestyle?
Yeah, or like
he probably
pre-written?
No, he already had the beat beforehand. Okay. Definitely.
All right.
He already had the beat beforehand.
Herbo's,
but Herbo's always off the dome with it.
I don't know what the guideline it is right now. What they're going in with it, and they give the artist the choice. But only reason why I said that again is if you just watch it. You go ahead and watch it. The end, he loses it. He loses it. So it's just like it's raw. It's a freestyle.
It feels natural.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I like it. Hopefully the issues get fixed. Everybody just enjoys their music. What you like? Okay.
Yeah.
But De'Aaron Fox, he's out with the season-ending injury, I guess.
Surgery.
Yeah.
I mean, the injury he already had before. He's been playing with it, but the Spurs finally decided to double down. Wemby's out for the season. They're really low right now in seeding, and they said, all right, this is the time to go ahead and let's get this surgery out the way, and let's start getting ready for this next season.
Yeah, get ready for the next season. I mean, they did lose two good important pieces, De'Aaron Fox and Victor. But I would say they still got some young stars. You got
Stephon Castle.
For
sure. And I want to see
Vassell.
him. Yeah. And for Stephon Castle, I feel like this is the time where they're going to really use this block to give him that game experience. He got Chris Paul as a vet, so that's definitely one of the vets that you want in the league. He's going to use this time to really learn how to control the floor, get more minutes, and really know what to do in those final ending game time.
Yeah,
decisions.
I'm not going to lie to you, though. They have a solid team. So the team that they have, they got Julius Champagne, right? They have Harrison Barnes. They have CP3, which is a vet, like what Raj was saying, is a vet. He just knows the in and out of this basketball shit. Like, that's just how it goes. But I would say this is a smart decision what they're doing, because I mean they're not making it to the playoffs. So they're not gonna make it to the playoffs.
Spurs,
yeah, the Spurs not gonna make it to the playoffs at all. They're not.
And like I said, they're low in seeding. So right now it wouldn't be a decision to fight for that spot again.
At all.
if they do make it, they will be fighting for a play-in spot. So with all of that, with those 2 injuries, it isn't likable. What I like for the Spurs right now is not necessarily tank, but end with a low season. Definitely a lot of losses in that in category, and I want to fight full on flight for Cooper Flag. Go ahead and push to go ahead and draft Cooper Flag next year.
If they get Cooper Flag, that would be insane. If they get Cooper and they have De'Aaron Fox and they have Victor. At
Come
that
on
point,
now.
though,
Now you're talking. So we got Fox, a potential starting 5 with Fox. Stephon Castle. We're gonna have an extra person who we're gonna be able to draft. Victor Wembanyama, and then Cooper Flag. So that lineup,
you gotta change that.
But you gotta let
Aaron Fox too.
You gotta let them rehabilitate.
Yeah, you gotta change that.
They gotta sit for a while.
Flag's not playing the 5.
No. Oh, again,
he can't play the 5.
My name wasn't by positions. It's just a mock starting 5.
He gonna get cooked down there. You know what I'm saying? He gonna get cooked down there. But Cooper Flag, Duke, you know what I'm saying? He's hot right now. I would say he'll probably be top 3 in the NBA draft. Like he's popping, and I'm not gonna hold you. I don't want Cooper Flag to go to Spurs. I want him to go.
What that means, if Cooper Flag goes to the Spurs, 5 years, we're looking like maybe 20 years. Not even 20 years, but 5 years. 5 years, Spurs is like that team again.
Yes.
Maybe, possibly.
In that aspect, if you put it that way, yes.
De'Aaron Fox, Stephon Castle, Cooper Flag, and then another wing, because they need a wing. Jeremy Sochan. That's their man. That's their man. That's their guy. But they need a wing, a wing who can go ahead and just drop 20 on an average.
Oh yeah, he could. He wouldn't drop 20. He'll get 10 boards and 10 assists.
Yeah,
that's it. That's how he'll drop his 20. That's his little go-to. But I would say Cooper or Tyrese Proctor. I would want one of those to go to the Lakers.
Okay,
like that would be a nice piece because sooner or later LeBron James is going to be gone. So we need the next franchise thing to help Luka out in that aspect. So I would say, that, or I could really see the Celtics picking him up. Yeah, the Celtics.
Well, before the season, like we said, before the season-ending injury / surgery, De'Aaron Fox was averaging a solid 20 points and 6 assists. So definitely with him pushing up that backcourt and him just continuing to lead the floor, I believe this new pairing with Wembanyama is definitely going to be real crazy this next season.
Yeah, would you say that you have any basketball team? Do you like anybody? Are you a Lakers fan? You got to stick with your bro. You got to be a Lakers fan with me.
No, I'm not a Lakers fan. I like the Spurs though. So
okay. I like. What would you say? You're a Warriors fan though, so I can't.
Yeah. I believe right now we in the 6th seed after Jimmy, acquiring Jimmy,
great.
And again, Andrew Wiggins, a phenomenal person, and definitely Warrior. But with Jimmy, acquiring Jimmy, we back at the 6th seed. We not fighting for the play-in right now. Again, Twinn being a Spurs fan, he's looking for a beautiful 5 to 6 years. Definitely a rebuild. He's looking for hopefully a championship. Definitely.
It could come though. Victor could do it though. I'm not gonna lie. He's been cooking. But now with Jay being an LA fan, you looking at the chip this year, you see Luka 40 points without LeBron, and we gotta go ahead and shout out. We already talked about last pod. We talked about our man Bronny, and you said Bryce was the better. You said Bryce was the better brother. I didn't speak on that, but Bryce went and got the state chip. Bryce went and got the state chip from Sierra Canyon.
He got his.
He got his. He got his.
Oh yeah, Bryce.
And our man LeBron James was right there.
Yeah, but they say though, like, just so y'all know, they say that Bryce is the next LeBron James.
Okay.
Like, he's the next.
But he doesn't want it.
He don't want it though. No, neither does Bronny. Bronny doesn't want it either.
But
he
Bronny
don't
doesn't want it no more because of the pressure.
Fool, he
How do
don't
y'all
want
know
it
that? Y'all don't know that.
because Bronny.
You gotta just see him.
Yeah, fool.
He don't want it.
He don't want it, bro.
What?
He doesn't want to be like. I mean, I get it though. His dad is intimidating, bro. His dad is the best basketball player in the world.
Yeah.
Like as of right now
In the world.
like hands down though, bro. Like I'm gonna be real with you. LeBron is literally the best NBA player and will go down as one of the best players to ever play NBA. You get what I'm trying to say? So as a son, how could you take up on that? How could you fulfill your dad's footsteps without the disappointments coming and everything? How are you going to win the game 7 of the NBA championship when you know damn well your dad is going to clutch that out? You get what I'm saying? And you don't clutch that out, so you can't fulfill your dad's shoes. So that right there is a lot of pressure. So, you know, if your dad was an NBA player and you had to go fulfill that, you'll be like, fuck that.
I'll be alone.
Yeah, you'll be like, nah, fuck that. You know what I'm saying? That's a lot of pressure for a young kid that still needs to develop his game. Honestly, Bronny needs to move out of the Lakers and get with a younger team and get with a vet. You know, I get that his dad could show him this, and that, but he doesn't play the position of his dad. He's a point guard, shooting guard. He needs to go find a vet.
I mean, you don't know if he's gonna grow into that. Like Bryce, he got
no. I'm talking about Bronny.
Okay,
Bryce.
All right.
Bryce is gonna be at least 6'5", 6'6".
Okay.
You know what I'm
right.
saying? He gonna be he gonna go crazy.
6'5", 6'6". Heck no, he's gonna be taller than that.
You think he gonna be like 6? LeBron's like 6'7".
6, yeah, maybe, yeah.
Yeah, so I'd say probably
All right.
6'6", 6'5".
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? He gonna be a good
He got
3.
the stature right now.
Yeah, he gonna be a good
He got
3.
the stature right now.
He's gonna be a good 3.
Yeah.
But you know what I'm saying? Spurs, you know, you guys do your thing. You know what I'm saying? Get back for the next season. Get everybody healthy. That's all y'all need.
Yes,
Is an amazing team. You know, they got a lot of potential, you know, to actually win the championship. But you gotta run through my Lakers before you do some shit like that. You feel me?
Yeah.
We're gonna step on them.
That's what's up, man. Y'all know today is St. Patty's Day.
St.
Luck of the
Patty's
Irish.
Day.
None of us
Yes,
got
sir.
our green on.
Nobody got no green on.
The group chat message was sent. We were supposed to have dress code. I don't know what happened.
Nobody followed the dress code.
I had my green on earlier, but
All right.
But you went and changed it. I don't know why you changed
nobody
it.
was fucking with me.
But you got to stand out. You know what I'm saying? You got to stand out, mama. You
I
got
was
to
trying to
stand
be in
out.
unison.
I feel you though. You know what I'm saying? Honestly, I just didn't have any.
I was
green
looking
clothing.
good. I was like, let me put a little something.
Yeah, you
on.
put some chill shit on, and then you know what I'm saying. You was just like, damn, all right, let me go ahead and change
they
up.
Came out looking nice. I
So,
said, okay, Ross came out with the FC on. So
I mean, this is again another colorway we got in the collection.
Yes, sir.
FaceCarshop.com. FC Racers collection. Make sure y'all continue to keep up with it.
Yes, sir. So I have a question for you guys. Is there any memories or any of the case where you were doing last St. Patrick's or prior to that or whatever the case? Do you have any memories that you could share with us or any of that sort?
I will say, God willingly, St. Patrick's Day is definitely is interesting because when we was young, we ain't really do too much green. We didn't do too much dress up. I do remember a few times, me and the bro, we might have dressed up green to hit Krispy Kreme and get like a free donut.
Yeah.
They got free promotions on, but like that's about it. Cause like for real, like in school, I ain't really participated. I will say though, I do remember a couple of St. Patrick's Day. Me and my brother, we watched Leprechaun in the Hood. I don't know if y'all ever seen that one.
I seen
but that's a
Leprechaun
classic.
in the Hood.
Leprechaun in the Hood. I feel like that's the classic St. Patrick Day movie. If there is a St. Patrick Day movie, that's the one for it.
Nah, the one.
And we got our guy from Harry Potter too. Our guy, the Leprechaun, that's a guy from Harry Potter.
Yeah.
The real St. Patrick's Day movie is The Luck of the Irish.
If
y'all don't
tell them
know
Twinn.
the
Tell them
old
Twinn.
Disney vibes.
Yo.
Bro, me and my sister used to watch that that shit all the time. Bro. This land is yours.
He said.
I didn't know that was even a real song from that. I thought it was a song from that movie until later growing up. Okay. But that was my joke. Y'all got, man, that was it. But no,
I would say my memory was I used to always get back in the day. I used to always get high as shit, and then I would go watch WWE. I would watch Hornswoggle and Finley. That used to be
what
my
is
shit.
that?
Hornswoggle
What
and
is
Finley.
Hornswoggle is?
Yeah.
what is that? WWE or
Yes,
something?
fool, WWE.
Come on
and
now.
there's this one episode I liked the most. It was when Boogeyman, you know Boogeyman?
Yeah.
You know Boogeyman that used to eat the worms?
Eat the worms.
Yeah, he used to eat the worms. He was chasing Hornswoggle up and down the arena and went under the arena, and that's where Hornswoggle's crib is. And actually, you know, the crazy thing is, you know, that's Finley's son.
Oh,
That's
for
his real
Full
son.
circle. Car fam
Yeah.
community, we need everyone to definitely let us know, man. Like, when we were younger, who knew about the heels? Who knew about the heels when we was watching growing up? Like, we didn't know about the terminology. We just enjoy wrestling.
Yes,
but
we
now
did.
looking back at it, now I know the terms. Our man, Finley, he was a heel, and he was
Yes, he
damn,
was.
damn good at it. He was damn good at it.
Damn right. You know, he used to always have that, was it a ukulele? Not, I don't want to say a ukulele, but he used to always have that stick with the little ball
Yeah.
at the end.
Yeah.
He used to always, that was
Sometimes
his little.
he would have the metal on it. He had
Yup.
different variations. Yep.
Yeah, you know Hornswoggle. I know you know him.
just looked
fool.
it
Don't,
up. He found it. Did
Don't
you find
act
it
like
yet?
you
I
don't
had
know.
I had to see. Come
Yeah,
on.
Undertaker choke slammed him.
Undertaker ended up having a guy too. Remember, we had the cameo.
Yeah,
They had the game on, and they had the
They had-
two match.
and the crazy thing is they had an all midget Royal Rumble too.
Yeah.
So you had Hornswoggle.
That was Vince
you
McMahon
had,
era.
Yup. You had the little boogeyman. All of that.
As I'm going through my phone, I'm on Snapchat, and I found a redact. We can't reveal it, but I found a redacted memory on St. Patrick's Day. Y'all just have to think back to what happened after this night. I'm not gonna reveal it, but
Okay.
it wasn't a good night for us. If y'all
Who is there?
we was me. We all went to Aunt's Joe.
Oh,
That was St. Patrick's.
Yup.
That was St. Patrick's Day.
Didn't have the tags.
Okay.
Y'all,
Did
you
Ron
already
didn't have
know.
the tag?
Y'all didn't have the
That's a
tags.
redacted
That was
memory.
a you get what I'm
yeah.
at. We
I'm
was
with
at
you.
we was
I'm
at
with
the we was at the apartments down in VA. You get what I'm saying? Yup. We was out there. You know what I'm saying? Stomping.
Oh my gosh. That was just a little secret
And-
sidebar for
And-
us.
oh, the crazy thing is though, that you was slick with that. Yup. They didn't catch you. They didn't catch you. They didn't catch you.
Feed the team.
Yup.
Feed the team.
Yup. They didn't catch him. Fool. Just remember, he had the pencil pouch. He had the pencil pouch, bro.
Stop. The viewers don't know what we talking
you know
about.
what I'm saying? I get that,
Oh,
but
man.
you know what I'm
The
saying?
viewers don't know what we talking
gotta
about now.
But you know, Raj over here trying to refresh his memory. I get what he had the pencil patch, had the, you know what I'm saying? And yeah,
All
so,
right.
In that time, he wasn't dealing with no books, huh?
yeah, he wasn't dealing with no
leaving from
books at
school.
that time. So
But all right. Look, I know. Have y'all peeped out the DDG mess with Halo going on?
Yes, I have. So basically, Haley, right? That's her name, Haley, right?
Yeah,
Halle. Yeah, Halle. She had a baby with DDG, and she DDG was saying that she's keeping him away from the baby. But the thing is, though, I mean, I wouldn't necessarily say that I understand that aspect, but DDG's been going on a little wave though. He's been doing a lot of content with women, all of that sort. That is just that's just disrespecting that aspect of her. You get what I'm trying to say?
Nah. They're not together.
I get that they're not together though, bro. But like, you know what I'm saying? You can't be up on the jump with endless shawties and still expect your baby moms to be cool with it. You get what I'm trying to say? Like,
To an extent.
you get what
Break
I'm
it
trying
down.
to say.
Break it down.
But like, just say for example, though, I mean, if you just got to think of just what she's thinking. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't want my kid around all of these females that you're with. You get what I'm trying to say? So, I mean, I get her on that aspect where she doesn't want him around with their baby kid around all of that nonsense that he got going on.
Because he put her out on blast, basically saying that he hasn't been able to see his son for a couple weeks now, or the nanny gets to see him, have him more than him.
Yeah.
So I was gonna ask y'all, I mean, because they was together and they're separated. So in that situation, what would you want out of a separation with your child and a baby mother?
God forbid, but I hope, God willingly, the person I do have a kid with is going to be the family I end up living with, the family I ended up growing with.
I'm
but
with you
again,
on
just
that.
speaking on the situation, and again, we don't know what goes on behind closed doors, so we can only speak on a little bit of the situation and a little bit of the light that it shines on it. But just speaking on this specific situation, DDG, as long as he is maintaining his family, which is Haley's part of his family. That's the mother of his kid. So as long as he's taking care of his family, there is no issue. There is no issues. And he definitely should continue to be able to grow with his child, for sure.
Yeah, no, I'm with Raj on that one, though. I hope, God willingly, that whoever, when I have my kid and, all of that sort, I hope that, that we stay together for a long ass time. We grow with our kid, all of that sort. Thank God I got an amazing girlfriend right now that's all about the family life and all of that sort. So, that's just something that I would never want to go through, because that's very painful on that end, just to not be around your kid. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, I will grow a certain type of attachment to my kid that I feel like I couldn't be with my kid for 1 day, 2 days. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's already a stretch for me. You know what I'm saying? Because growing up, I always wanted to have my own little family. You know what I'm saying? So now if I get to that point and God blesses me to have that family, I will want to just be able to be there every step of the way. Watch my kid grow. Watch my kid walk. Watch my kid talk. You know what I'm saying? Have my kid say his first cuss word or her first cuss word. You know what I'm saying? Like some shit like that.
But you're in a predicament. I mean,
I understand
you're
that.
Co-parenting.
I get that.
At that point, you have to co-parent.
And that's the biggest word, Twinn, co-parenting, because regardless if the relationship's done, that's still your family. When you was originally planning your life out before the kid, that was the person that you decided to be with. Yeah. Once the kid is in a situation, that's the person you decide to be with. Now, when you guys decide not to no longer be with each other, you still have to still maintain that same connection to an extent. You got to, because regardless, those are the two people that are going to be in your life and really, till 18, obviously, but beyond that, because again, that's the person that you decided to be the mother of your child. So for that, we definitely want the situation to continue to just be resolved. We give our best regards to them both, for sure.
Yes, sir.
Because being in social media don't help
at all.
Yeah, he's been getting criticized a lot, but at the end of the day, whichever way you want to play, he wants to spend time with his child, so I'm going to support that 100%.
Yeah, I support that. A father that wants to be in his kid's life.
He's not trying to stick to the stereotype. Whatever you trying to say, you see him on stream and AKA whatever the case. Even if he's with other females, like you said, he's taking care of his household, his family, his son, and even his baby mom if she needs to. She got her own bag, but I'm pretty sure he'll support her if needed. DDG seems like a stand-up guy, so.
Nah, that's for sure, man.
Yeah, I always been a long time DDG
fan. You've been in tune with his content and definitely his vlogs,
back in the days when he was driving that Pontiac. You know what I'm saying? Driving that Pontiac. Yup. Back in the days when he was in college, all that dropped out. And now, he's booming. One thing I can say about DDG, though, he has that hustle. He has that drive. And also, too, though, he's an amazing father. So, you know what I'm saying? I hope they do work that out, though, because, I've always been a big fan of DDG.
Episode 5, man, that shit's been dope. A lot of cool conversations.
We had a great day.
A lot of expectations for 2025 of the music scene. If you listen to this episode, this one for sure will get you through the week on the Tastemakers segment. I enjoyed kicking it with y'all, man.
Yes, sir. Let's go ahead and do the sound off. My name is Double O Twinn.
J Money.
Raj, man, again, appreciate y'all for Car Fam.
It's episode 5, baby.
5.
Woo-woo.